April 28th. It was midday and 38 minutes. I was sleeping. My mother woke me up saying, "Son, there is no light, no internet, and no phone calls." I was okay with that. I had to stay calm anyways, even though phone calls would be super useful. I was worried about pills because I was sick, and flashlighting for the night. So I left home and went to my best friend's house to warn him and to get some help buying some of these things. I ended up having a good lunch at his home. We discussed about this problem and many theories were made by the people. Airplane crash, cyber attack, negotiations, and the most credible, politics. Well, I bought 3 flashlights and some batteries. When I reached home, my water didn't work. Finally, the chaos was set up. Weird, because at my friend's house, he got water. The pump wasn't so strong, but it has water. The first day, 100% without energy, phone calls and water. The night started. It was darkness, pure darkness. And somehow silence as well. Perfect moment to read, especially the Bible. Nothing to distract. And yet, with a candlelight, I am writing this script. I may seek the true light through this dark night and look to the stars that I thought it disappeared. And here I am. Well, of course, now I have light. I can record, you can hear me, I can have my computer on, yeah, sure. But just for the environment, yes, this will be quite dark, alright? And I got water from the sink, filtered, alright? Filtered. Not directly from this, anyway. I guess you understood me. So, midnight. It was midnight. When I was with my friend and his dad, we discussed about when should this energy come back, right? Like when? Because the people were saying 3 days. Can you imagine 3 days without energy, light? Like, this can be possible, yes. But for the economy, well, how can I say this? For the economy, this will be a disgrace. Even though it was 2 full countries, which was Spain and Portugal. I am living in Portugal, if you don't know, and I guess a small part of France. People were saying how Europe, which, alright, this could be a thing. People were saying like 3 days without energy because of a airplane crash into some of the centrals. It could be a cyber attack. It could be Putin, like, sorry, but let's just think straight. We don't have any confirmation. People even accused Trump of doing this. Like, it could be them, it could be not, okay? But without any evidence, we cannot accuse anyone, right? We just cannot do this. So, what was the problem? We don't really know yet, but we have some suspicions, okay? Of course, our government said that it was maybe Russia, which we kinda know it's not, even though Europe is poking the little white Putin, you know? Yeah, the meme, you know? Yeah, sure. And they said it was an anomaly from the atmosphere. We can go poke this context, okay? First, after I got light, energy, I tried to connect to the not Wi-Fi, because I had this turn off. It's like, how can I say, network? It's not the Wi-Fi option, I don't know. Anyway, I will put here the name of this function. And I went to a channel called Redacted, which is like a journalism channel. That is a good channel. It's like a non-censored channel. But anyway, and they said that apparently, and I have to research this. Okay, allegedly, I don't know how to speak English. Okay, Spain tried to do a new thing. Apparently, the national energy supply, they did some tests to be green, to be full AV, full green planet, if you know what I mean. And it didn't work out. A big depression of, apparently, well, I don't really know, okay, the terms, especially in English, the names are right. Outage or something, okay? I might be wrong with these words, but you can research for yourself if you are interested. And after this, yeah, everything went down, went blackout, pure darkness, no energy. And Portugal buys energy from Spain, which buys from China apparently, okay, called EDP. In Portuguese is called EDP, okay? And yeah, I guess this green planet ideology for national energy supply didn't really work out. It's not really good, apparently. So a full day of blackout, people stressing, people trapped inside elevators, people might died because they could be in hospitals, like in coma or something, or just sleeping with some masks. We don't really know, right? They might die because of that. No energy means no machineries to help people, right? So, and of course they will not take responsibility somehow. Like they might say, yeah, sorry about that. It was a mistake. Or they will blame Russia, or blame, apparently, the atmosphere that is basically being controlled by some countries, because the machinery, the big machine of, they say, cloud seed or something. And this is true, okay? If you don't know, this is true. Alright. I guess NASA has some big machines that creates clouds, and people might say, yeah, that is for some parts of the world that needs rain. That is the good part of this spectrum. We never know how they will do that, like what chemicals they can put that. This might be a conspiracy about, yeah, because it's all a coincidence. Everything, once they start to do this again, like a couple of days ago, right? And and this happens. It can be a coincidence, okay? It can be. But we need answers, right? We need answers. We don't have answers, nor the government. They don't. They are just speculating again, like we do apparently. And yes. Anyway, thanks God. Thanks to God, He permitted, He allowed to get this energy back somehow. Okay, using people. And now I got lights. Okay, even though I'm using this one. Okay, ooh, spooky. Just for the environment, okay? Just for the environment. And we got water, even though people really... They run out of water, okay, from the stores. My mother today said, son, we gotta refill the waters. The 5-liter water bottle challenge, you know? And need to buy 6 more. And I said, Mom, I do understand that you are very, very worried about this. Yeah, we weren't prepared. We weren't prepared, but we got prepared for some, like, 2 days. Okay, with bottle of water. Anyway, me and her, we went to the shopping, right? We tried to buy water. There wasn't any water. Zero water. Alright? And I asked when do you guys will resupply, right? Maybe 1 a.m. AM, PM, 1 a.m. Wow, great, nice. And I said, Mom, just chill, okay? Chill. Nothing will happen. This is not something that the countries will play around, right? Unless it is right, the really start of some kind of war, okay? But I disbelieve this, okay? Like the war that we know about, like war, you understand? Because the war already started, right? It's like about money. No money, no light, no water, no foods, no nothing. But I guess a world without light, without energy, even the big guys will be terrified. So I guess nothing will happen again about this. But it doesn't mean that we as a human, as a subject, right? A subject, as a person, we don't need to get prepared. I will get prepared. I thought about an UPS, right? Not because of this, but because of my computer, internet, and just backup stuff. Because a couple weeks ago, it had some problems with the constructions here, and they just got rid of the light, and I lost some things. And I thought maybe an UPS is a good security measure. Yesterday, I thought if I bought this UPS, I could have like some batteries recharged for the phones. We didn't need the flashlights. I didn't need to buy this or something for a small window, right? Even though I guess this will be interesting. Maybe for the batteries, I could really recharge the small batteries for these lights or even flashlights, right? With the UPS, it could be very useful. Walkie-talkies as well, because we lost any communications. Do you understand that? So yeah, walkie-talkies will be very useful because they don't need really light energy. It's frequency. It's radio frequency. They will work. That's why in the games or movies they use walkie-talkies. And funnily, people were, well, some people, the crazy people, like you can say, the conspiracy theorists, they said, you guys need to get prepared because when these lights go off, you will be crazy. You don't know what is darkness. When you think, oh, it's dark outside, but you have some lights. You have the street lights. Even though it can be only one, you have the building lights or something. You have some kind of lights. But a blackout, you don't know what is darkness. When I went outside, we couldn't really walk without any flashlight. People were using cars as a light source, right? They were smart. And when people got, well, they had to sleep, right? Very early, like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I just tried to see how it is outside. I couldn't see nothing. I really couldn't see nothing. Damn. So yeah, food as well. Like, forget the fridges. No. You know these crazy guys that are getting prepared for the zombie apocalypse? There's no zombies. But there is some awesome kind of apocalypse. Not the biggest one, because the Bible apocalypse will happen. It will happen someday. Okay? But it is a small apocalypse if the world run out of light, of energy, because almost everything works with energy. I could also say generators, but I really doubt that you can have a generator inside a house. Okay, it's pretty difficult. But yeah. Alright, so let's just stay calm, alright, and just think for now. I have water, I have energy, I have a phone call. Okay, I can call to somebody. But I still don't have internet. Alright? My operator is still trying to get some internet. I just checked out right now. It is flicking the light, like there is no IP to this router. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, people, it is this. Portugal went pure blackout, sorry, and even Spain. Maybe because of this EV solution to try to supply energy to this country, which is Spain, and maybe for the Portugal as well, because Portugal buys energy from Spain, right? It didn't work. For one day, the chaos was starting. Imagine for 2 days. Imagine for 3 days. People could be crazy enough to destroy stores, to rob everything, food, stuff, even robbing people, robbing banks to get money, paper. You understand? Ah, there is another stuff. Get paper. Okay, even though the money is losing its value, but the paper, it could be very useful for these terms, for these situations. I had money, like I have here, so I could buy stuff. But in the people that only work with credit cards or MBWay, which is like the phone stuff, right, that you can buy with your bank, something. Think about it, okay? Think about it. Because people said, no, this will never happen. It happened. People got like, and now, right? So, people get ready, alright, get some stock of food, supplies, stuff. This might happen again, and you'll be fine. Just fine. Alright? you can still live without energy. Of course, living in a city without energy is quite difficult because, well, there are still laws that they might be destroyed if this continues, right? That's just a theory, right? Well, people get ready. All right, be safe and follow Jesus Christ, please. He's the only light that you need. Okay, the only light that you need, and He is your savior. He's the guide to the God. All right, see you next time. All right, and I hope you enjoyed the video. It is just talking, I know, and that's it. Now I will just turn off this ring light. Yes, I was using a ring light, okay? Yeah, I was using a ring light. It will be very dark, so yeah. Now this is the pure darkness. Not really pure, but yeah. See you next time. Goodbye. Now I have the monitor slides.